What is up, everybody? Turboverse TV here today, and we're in February of 2022, and fanboys, specifically the Sony fanboys, are still whining about Xbox games like Starfield being exclusive. It's like Microsoft gives you the most way to play their games, whether it be on Xbox or PC. You can stream it from wherever. But people are still complaining about this. I don't know why they're still complaining. You have so many options to play these Xbox games. But this guy is still complaining. That's what he has to say. He says that Phil Spencer wants Xbox console exclusive Starfield to be played by more people than Skyrim, while gatekeeping it from PlayStation after Xbox says exclusives are counter to what gaming is about, and when everyone plays, we all win. Oh man. It's like, cry me a river. Get the smallest violin for this guy right here. Like, literally, there's so many ways you can play Xbox games. It's ridiculous. But it's a problem now. Like, once again, Sony is good for having exclusives, but Xbox is bad for having exclusives. It just makes no sense. But let's see what people have to say about this guy's tweet right here. Please tell me how Xbox, Windows Store, Steam, and mobile/browser streaming is exclusive. They forgot how Nintendo and Sony rise to power in the game industry. Nintendo had virtually a monopoly to third-party developers in the 80s and early 90s until Sega challenged them. Yeah. So exclusives are now gatekeeping. I thought exclusives sell consoles and Xbox needs exclusives. Okay, want to gatekeep where Spider-Man on the Xbox cannot play Wolverine also on Xbox Series X. Kind of true. Like two major popular Marvel characters all of being on Xbox platforms, which is kind of ridiculous. So he said he is not arguing whether exclusive equals gatekeeping. He's pointing out how the hypocrisy and the decision to want to reach the most number of players while keeping the game platform exclusive should like release Starfield on PlayStation consoles in order to reach more players. Why should they? Why should they release that on PlayStation? I'm not understanding this entitlement from these Sony guys at all. They seem very entitled, to be honest. The game can be played by anyone on a PC. What happened to all the ponies and their $3,000 rigs? Yeah, they always said that, hey, we don't need an Xbox so we play these games on our high-end PCs, but these PCs are nowhere to be found when it comes to these Xbox exclusive games. Remember, you can always stream it on xCloud by iOS or Android device. LMAO. I can play it on my Steam Deck through Steam and bypass Xbox entirely since a third party and pronoun field actually is an exclusive. Having exclusives is now gatekeeping. Yeah. Making multi-platform games exclusive is absolutely gatekeeping. Microsoft the most anti-consumer platform game. Now they're the most anti-consumer one. What are these guys to come up with this nonsense? I mean, they literally have the cheapest service in gaming access over like 300 to 400 games right now. They have a layaway program called the All Access program to get an Xbox even easier by putting down money each month, but they're the most anti-consumer. Like, really? And if you have a problem with any games that you buy on their Microsoft store, you can just refund it very easily. More than Sony, but they're the most anti-consumer. These guys are just really special. Just say it as that. These guys are very special. Gatekeeping what? The PS4 gen is over. Xbox is giving access to billions of gamers on Xbox One, Xbox One X. Yeah, and you can play these old games on your old Xbox One. The ancient Xbox One. You can play those games on there by streaming. But they're the most anti-consumer friendly. Like, this is stupid. Believe it's a console where clowns to think that the whole world revolves around the 17 million PS5 consoles. And what universe is it okay for Sony to have exclusives but not Xbox? Stop this nonsense. Thank you. The only gatekeeper at play here is your common sense being blocked from servicing. Let's review who can play Starfield. Anyone with a phone, PC, tablet, decent internet access, or an Xbox console. Name one person online who doesn't have one of these. Yeah. And if you don't have one of these, then you're concerned. You probably shouldn't be concerned with gaming if you don't have any of these things right here. Why the F would you want to play Starfield on a phone? Literally the worst experience you could have with the game. I can't believe how low you fell to use the slogan of the adaptive controller for the console war. You should change your name to the Cry Dragon. That new name suits you better. Historically, the majority of Bethesda sales are on Xbox and PC. We know this to be fact. The PlayStation has strong sales, but not to the level the others had. This generation is long and their goal is attainable. Sony is gatekeeping Spider-Man, even if it isn't from one of their first-party studios. Deal with it. If it's Bethesda, I think you're going to end up with an L on this one. Activision Blizzard fair game. When everyone plays, we all win, unless you play on PlayStation, in which case you can bugger off. This is going to be challenging. Skyrim sold more than 30 million copies, and sales on PlayStation were higher than on PC. Starfield released on fewer platforms, but was also on Game Pass. On the other side, Halo Infinite was really free to play and had 20 million since launch. How dare they want their game to be the most played when it's available on console, PC, and mobile via cloud? That's impossible. They need PlayStation. Xbox finally competes and is now gatekeeping. Where was this energy when Wolverine and Spider-Man are Sony exclusives? Also add Final Fantasy games, and Street Fighter is exclusive as well. When Starfield can be played on a $300 machine for $10 a month, you have no right to complain. Yeah. I just don't understand why they just couldn't get an Xbox or just get a PC. Like, literally. Like, I don't understand this whole process. Like, we are in February and you're still whining about this. Like, this is kind of sad at this point. Like, geez. And this is a grown man whining about this stuff, too. Like, don't you got a job or something? Like, jeez. Like, you either buy the Xbox or buy a PC. Like, even when they first announced this was being exclusive, if it was that serious, I would have saved up my money from when that time period was to when this game finally released so I can buy it. I don't see what the big deal is. Gatekeeping from console, PC, cloud, anything I miss. Get Game Pass so you can play anywhere. Hey, was it another Xbox initiative? I lost track of Xbox innovations. Yes, because putting the game on Xbox Series X Club on Xbox One through xCloud and multiple storefronts on PC is the definition of gatekeeping. If that's gatekeeping, then Sony is massively guilty of the same thing. But hey, like most ponies, it's fine when PlayStation does it, but just not for Xbox. Jim Ryan wants me to play his games, but I don't have a PS5, so I can't play Sony's next-gen exclusive. So much for the players. Buy an Xbox, play on PC, play on cloud. So simple. Do Game Pass on Xbox, PC, and mobile. If people are too stubborn to not use either of those to play Starfield, then that's their fault. Then the other thing that just came to mind too, which just came to my mind randomly, is they love to say how nobody's buying a Series S, how you can see it in everybody's store, everybody retail, so you can find a Series S. They just buy a Series S then. That's $300. If you really want to play the Starfield game, you play $300 and you pay $10 for the Game Pass, and there you go. You have access to Starfield now. Such a simple thing to do. Oh, man. You guys have been yelling Xbox has no games for decades. Now that they do have games, y'all all want them. You can't have it both ways. Also, Jim said he wants PlayStation games to be played by more people. So are you going to keep the same energy when Xbox does get the next Spider-Man? Tell the same to Jim, USA. Okay. Ponies don't buy games, they just watch YouTube reviews and Twitter. And Phil knows us, so what's the difference? Game was going to release, buggy and incomplete mess, and expect the modding community to fix it. Now exclusives are gatekeeping, make up your mind. Dude, you are obsessed. Yeah, each and every day this guy's posting about Xbox. He's definitely obsessed with Xbox. This isn't possible. There are way more PlayStation users than Xbox. I mean, there's a PC audience as well, but okay. Your bias is showing more ways to play on Xbox ecosystem than there is with PlayStation. Yeah, definitely way more ways to play these Xbox games, to be honest. And cheaper ways than that, too. So, this is something that was forced by Sony. I mean, you don't need an Xbox to play Starfield. Everyone can play. Just get a PC, smart TV, or a smartphone. It's not going to Nintendo either, and you don't see their fan base being... You literally don't see any Nintendo guys this whiny about these exclusives. It's only these Sony fan base who are just super entitled. You don't even see those Nintendo guys even complaining like this. Just only these Sony guys. Another tweet that aged like stale milk. This dude last week, Xbox games suck. I don't even play my Xbox. I really love the veiled crying of Sony fanboys on her constantly. It's hilarious. Let's see. They spent a whole generation saying exclusives are all that matters and Xbox ain't have any. Now Starfield and Hellblade 2 are coming and they want to cry about exclusives aren't fair. LMFAO. These guys want Starfield so bad they can taste it. Funny how these ponies never talk about PlayStation gatekeeping. Could be worse and be a PlayStation exclusive than it would be only be on PlayStation with maybe at time release to PC. At least in the hands of Microsoft, games like this would be everywhere except PlayStation rather than only on PlayStation. Okay, yeah. I'm utterly embarrassed that you're a father. You are as toxic as a console fanboys are. We failed as a species. Yeah. Play it on Xbox Game Pass or PC, you dumbass. Jeez. Oh, shut up. Die mad, you Sony B. So you're talking about shut the F up? Yeah. Yeah, this narrative is so stupid. So this guy says, what a shift from Xbox has no exclusives. Let's just be realistic. No matter what Xbox does, people like this guy would not be happy. They just hate Xbox. That's it. That's all it. It's just too obvious. Yeah, I don't know why they hate Xbox so much too, bro. Like, so much from Microsoft, like, do something to these guys. Like, I just don't get it. They're just hate for Xbox. It's just weird. It's just a plastic box to play video games on. That's it. But I am going to conclude it right here. These guys are still butthurt even to this very day that Starfield has been exclusive, which is just mind-boggling that a grown man who has kids is still angry about this. I just don't understand it. But gonna conclude it right here. Definitely gonna see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like for this video. Always thanks for watching and peace.